Well, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Welcome back to Sundays in Arizona, and happy to report that I got this behemoth is now primed and ready for. I'm going to give it a little slight wet sand with. I use these little sanding pads. Nice thing is you can wash these things and they come back. They're pretty durable and they're flexible. So you can find them at most hobby supply places. Let me turn off my compressor. There we go. So they come in different grits all over the place. So I'll give her a nice little wet sand, get any blemishes out and all that. But she is pretty much ready to go to paint. Give her, then spray her down with some alcohol, and we'll get her painted. So let me get this thing out of the way. So I jumped onto this little monster. Sorry, this is the funnel. She only had one, but getting it ready. So I don't know if you can see it. Let me try to get it in there. There's molded on ladders that need to come off, and these ones are very light. So I figured I'd show you how I do it, and then of course you're going to have the seam on each side to deal with, and this one's going to be fun right here, this little nub to get out because it's inside there, and there's one in there. And you can't just take a big old emery board, and go to town on it. What I use is, let me zoom this a little bit. There we go. I use I don't know if you have them or not, but it's a great tool. It's called a FlexiFile. The nice thing is you squeeze this thing, it molds around it, and it works pretty good. Do a little test spot right in here. As you can see, it kind of goes right around it. Works pretty good. And then different grits, all the way down to I have two of them. This is a super fine. And these two can be washed with warm water, and I use a toothbrush to clean it, get all the grunk out of it. But that way you can get your fine sand on and get it smooth as can be. But wanted to show you how I get the photo etch off so you don't have to sand as much. As I have a one of these bad boys, and I keep the tip fairly sharp, and I just graze them bad boys off. As soon as you stop hearing the clicks, you're down far enough. And since this is a fairly flat surface, I'm not digging into leaving a lot of marks in it. So there we go. So here's the other side. I've already knocked this off and sanded it. I keep going until you can't see it in the cement, in the plastic anymore. So let me get this one knocked out real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and I already got this down, and I can still see some. But for this little tight spot right here, you can't put the FlexiFile in there because I'll take off this holding piece. But I use these little Twizzler sticks. There we go. This is one of the finer ones. You can go in there and smooth that bad boy out. I can still see some of the raised ridges right there. Give that a little quick. Make sure this is even. Go back to the little FlexiFile. These things work pretty good. Pretty impressed with them. You can also use, if you got the the reusable, washable sandpaper, so you're not, you know, just taking off one spot at a time, making a flat spot. So got to follow them contours, right? So that looks pretty good. And these ones come in the pink ones that I got. Those are the finest, but they fit in between here, so I can get that groove out of there, the seam line. But the thing too, remember, is you want to carry around this. So there we go. Now the bad thing is some, you know, these little lines, they don't always line up together. You can do you can put these on their edge and clean it up a little bit. Nice thing about it, that edge on the outside. But yeah, that's that. Okay, let's keep pressing on, and hopefully I can get this thing done and show you what it looks like when there. You can do the same trick also on the seam lines with that silver paint. See if you got any ridges and rises and falls. There you go. Alright, we'll be cracking on. Okay, I'm back, and I have gotten this thing pretty much sanded down. I mean, I don't feel anything. A lot of times it'll disappear. So there you go. I did a little sanding on this big rib. So everything else looks pretty good. There is a little discrepancy between the right and left half. One side's got a little thicker than the other one. So I had to do a little sanding in there. But that'll do fine. I got this. Got the funnel cap all cleaned up, and I'm getting ready to do this. Nice little trick that I picked up from a long time ago. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of stick tack. It's pretty neat stuff. You can hang pictures with it. Let me get it exacto here. And it holds pretty well and releases good too. So I'm just going to mush this up a little bit and stick it on there, and take this center funnel piece, if I can hold it with my big fingers. So yeah, it's got little grooves in it, and then just take it and push it down in there, and it'll hold that piece while you take the other ones and put them in there and glue them and stabilize them. Works pretty good. Stick tack. Pick it up at your hardware stores. 3M makes it, I know that, so yeah, good little stuff. Okay, we're gonna put this together and I'll be right back. Okay, I've zoomed in a little bit and hopefully I can get this done. What I use is an old pin vise, pin drill, and I've taken an old needle and bent it in there and clamped it down, and this is what I use to do my photo etch with. It's got a nice good grip and all that, and this little piece of photo paper and stick tack and the piece sitting there, and I just dab that in there, get it set a little bit. There we go. And then, I don't know if anyone uses it, but this stuff's amazing. I think I've talked about it before. Gator Grip. I'll come along and I'll reinforce all four of those corners with this, because it's a little more forgiving than, say, the super glue. But yeah, let me get this going here, and we'll slap that top on, or we'll insert that bad boy in there, and go from there. Okay, got her in there. There we go. All set and done. Pretty nice little fit, actually. It just dropped right in there, and just a little push down on the little rim, and it was good to go. So that'll go, as we all know, on top of the poor old Arizona's funnel. There we go. So, for the little, let me zoom out. For the needle, if you get a buildup on there, a little bit lighter. See, glue burns right off. And I just take a, good as new. So there you go. Okay. Well, I think this is going to be a little shorter than normal this week. I got some stuff I got to do around the house and all that, but I'm thankful you all stopped by. I hope this is I'm doing a good job. If not, you can always tell me. I haven't done a 200 yet, so this is my first try at this. Hopefully, I'm going to do some justice on it because it is the great USS Arizona Pennsylvania class BB-39. So, going to do a good job on it. Got a nice shelf all picked out for it. It's going to be like a centerpiece. What do you think? Showpiece? There you go. Alright, once again, thank you for stopping by, and we'll catch you next Sunday.